Hey guys, it's Melanie. So today, instead of my weekly what I burned / melted this week in terms of home fragrance video, I am doing a candle review, and I'm sure most of you guys knew that this was going to be coming any day now. Pink Petal Tea Cake was re-released by Bath & Body Works. And first, let me tell you, I was dying. I mean, it was absolutely hysterical because I'm not kidding you, about 100 people either sent me messages on Snapchat, Instagram, or YouTube informing me that Pink Petal Tea Cake was coming back over the last couple of months. Ever since it was leaked on Instagram that Bath & Body Works was going to be re-releasing this fragrance finally, people were just tagging me like crazy. It just started to make me laugh because I was like, obviously I was a little bit passionate in some of my videos about how much I love this scent because it just stuck with people, and so many of you were like, oh my gosh, did you know it's coming back? And I did know, and I follow a lot of candle Instagrammers, so I knew the second that it was leaked that it was going to be coming back. But I really appreciate you guys thinking about me. It honestly just put a smile on my face every time that someone sent me a message. It was awesome. But so clearly I was very excited. I was only able to get my hands on this at the $8.95 Candle Day sale. I was literally the second person that walked in my store. I knew that this is what I was going in for. I actually picked up a fair amount. I'm not going to tell you guys how much because I don't want you to think I'm completely insane, but I picked up enough. But this was what I went in for. I was the second person that walked in the store, the first person that checked out. I mean, I went straight for it. I got what I wanted and I went and checked out. And I knew the second that I smelled it that it wasn't dead on the same. And we'll talk about that in a second. But it's close enough and it's amazing. So, I have heard some other people say that they can't smell theirs at all when it's lit. And I'm just telling you guys right now, the one that I am burning first, which is the one that's lit right now, it's amazing. Before I even get into anything else, the throw and the strength are both a solid 8. I can smell this throughout the entire downstairs of my house. It starts to like work its way up the stairs into the upstairs of the house. It is strong. It's wonderful. It's basically just like the original. And obviously you see it there in front of you. I have one of the originals left, so I can actually compare the two and just kind of talk a little bit about what I think the differences are, which by the way are extremely slight. I mean, I don't have a super like refined nose. Like, I'm not a bloodhound. Like, I'm not gonna be able to detect enough of a difference to where I would sniff it and go, what on earth is this? You know, like, I knew the second that I picked it up. It's Pink Petal Tea Cake. There's some variations, but it's basically the same thing, you guys. If you loved the first variation, which came out, I believe, around Mother's Day 2014, if I remember correctly. If you loved that first rendition of it, this one is extremely similar. Now, there do seem to be some performance issues because there are some people that are saying, I can't smell it. It smells extremely light. It does smell light on cold sniff, but when I lit this up, within 15 minutes, it was completely pulled out. The wicks are not too thick and they're not too thin. They don't get huge mushroom tops on them, but the wicks burn really nicely on this one. Whatever wicks they used, it works great with this particular formula of wax. They are really, really nice. I do have to trim them, just like I do with any Bath & Body Works candle after each burn, but for the most part, they're great. I will agree 110% that this packaging is not cute. I do like the pink frosted glass. I will admit that I like the frosted glass. I do not like that label at all. And in fact, I have another one here. Oh, it peels off super easy, you guys. Ting! Perfect. Check it. Just came right off. No residue on the glass. Fabulous. All right, well, that's not an issue at all anymore. I could care less if there's a label on it. I love the label on the original. If you guys can see, there's like some tea roses, and it's just beautiful and pink and girly and amazing. This new label is absolutely atrocious. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what they're thinking with these like hieroglyphics that they have going on here, but I'm not into them. If you guys are not following the Bronze blogger on Instagram, you really should. I'll link his Instagram down below. He, just go look through some of his pictures. See where they got this design from, because I think Bath and Body Works just got caught stealing another candle company's design, I think, or just go take a look. Form your own opinion. This collection does just come with like this like tin lid. Not great, but whatever. The original lid, I have it here. Beautiful. I have saved all of mine. By the way, back in the day, I went through like 4 or 5 of these Pink Petal Tea Cake candles. So this is my last remaining one. I'll never burn it. I will start to burn the new releases, but yeah, I'll never burn that original one because it's the last one. All right, let's get into the description on the bottom of the new guy here. So they say that this is made with notes of rose petals, fluffy cake, and orange essential oil. Yeah, no, there's no orange essential oil in this. I just, sometimes they put things on the label that just make me think, what? But yeah, no, this is, there's no essential oil. You're basically getting a rose petal, like an English tea rose petal type scent with a like cake, like almost like angel food cake type note, and like a light glaze, like a powdered sugared glaze almost. I have one behind the camera that I'm sniffing, by the way. Yeah, there's no orange. No orange comes through at all. And I never got orange essential oil in the original either. So that's the description of the new guy. And let me actually grab this and tell you guys what it says on the bottom of the original. So tea for two becomes even sweeter with the fragrance of Pink Petal Tea Cake made from garden rose petals, freshly baked cake, and vanilla glaze. So yeah, vanilla glaze is really what you are getting there. Let me plop that over there. So the difference between the two. You know what it is? For me, the original had a little bit more of the cake type note, whereas the newer one is actually heavier on the rose petal note. Now, I have heard other people say that it's the other way around, but I'm telling you from what I'm sniffing from this original one, my original one is heavier on the cake note. So the notes go cake, like the rose petals, and then like that vanilla glaze on the old version. On the new one, it's rose petals, cake, vanilla glaze. So that's the difference. I love both. I mean, they're extremely similar. You're really gonna have to sniff closely to like tell the difference. Like I said, unless you are just hardcore, like bloodhound, like I can sniff out all the differences. For me, when it's lit, it's extremely similar. It's perfect. I'm glad I have it back in my life. I'm really not going to continue to burn this one right now because it's just not the season for it. We're in December. I'm burning all of the holiday things, and this just doesn't really fit in. But I did want to light it up. By the way, this is my third burn of it, so it burns fine so far. You guys know that most of my candles do end up in the candle crock at the halfway point or just below. I certainly hope that I can continue to burn this the whole way down, but if I can't, I don't have a problem putting it in the candle crock. It's a nice burn so far, so I'm hoping that it continues that way, but if it doesn't, they always do fine in the crock, so I'm not too worried about it. But yep, those are the differences to my nose. It's just a matter of that cake and rose petal note being switched in terms of what you can smell first, but for the most part, it's extremely similar. If you love the first one, you'll love this one. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. If you have the original, what you think the key differences are. I'll be very curious to see what others have to say, but that's just my opinion of it. Like I said, I'm glad to have it back. Were you able to pick some up? I know this one sold out. It definitely sold out online, and it was out of the stores on Candle Day by the time that I went back at like 2 in the afternoon. Stella and I went back to the mall later on in the day, and it was like gone. In fact, most of the stuff from this collection was gone, so everything sold out pretty quickly. But I'm sure that this one was one of the first ones to go because I was not the only one that was heading straight for it. And I really, I made sure that I got what I wanted this go around, because I'm guessing that Bath & Body Works won't bring it back again, if ever, you know, or maybe like another 4 or 5 years again from now. So I have enough to last me and get me through, and I'm content with that. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.